does AI generate creative work belong in the same venues as human created work? And this kind of blew up, I think, recently with AMC. There was an AI film competition, and the producer and creator of the film was a Kazakhstani guy named Igor Alferov, I think.
Hmm.
The competition was run by a company called Screen Vision, and he created this kind of short animation around Thanksgiving Day. I haven't seen it. I've seen some clips of it. It looked really good. Like, I mean, it looked like, I mean, I wouldn't have known like too easily if it was AI. You kind of see the tells, but it
Hmm.
looked pretty good. It won. It won by a public vote. It was made by Gemini and Nano Banana Pro. Same model as Google Pomeli. But Screen Vision, like the prize was then that he got to show his short 30-minute, say, movie in AMC studios as a cinemas as a pre-show. So like, not like you're coming to the cinema to see this. It's just like it was a kind of given to show before some other films, right? So,
Wait, so
but
AMC knew this and then just pulled out, or?
AMC are claiming they didn't know it, right? AMC are saying like that, like so much is happening. They don't know all these things
Oh,
that
so
are
like
going on.
Screen Vision is okay. So Screen Vision, yeah, they run the ads before the
Yes,
show.
correct. Yeah,
Interesting. Okay,
yes. And
okay.
apparently it was shown in some cinemas before this whole like say drama kicked off. And there was a load of like say I think uh online sites and social media
Yeah.
accounts saying that
So it was
this
only
has
gonna
no
run on
soul.
those 30% that Screen Vision actually, or
Yeah,
across all
correct. No,
AMCs?
no, just the 30% of
Oh,
Screen
wow.
Vision, like we're running it.
Mhm,
The whole debate was like, that it has no soul, I mean, like that this should not be shown. And
mhm,
which is kind of strange, right? Because it's produced by a human.
mhm,
Igor wrote it. He crafted the frames that were used in the AI
mhm,
modeling. He produced the whole story, the characters, everything was human inspired. He just used AI as his production studio. I think he called it like an exoskeleton for the mind, right? So I was thinking about it today, going, okay, well, like, okay, does this mean like Pixar is
mhm.
like soulless,
Yeah,
But
is
is
it
that
just the
better just because
animation
more
bit?
humans worked on it than one human
Yeah.
worked on it?
Mhm.
Because
Yeah, I
AI
think
was
it's
used in
a
Pixar.
yeah. Well, yeah, yeah. I think it comes down to people's lack of understanding of where AI kind of fits in, right? When I first saw this come up and they're like, "Oh, it's like an AI, movie." It was just reminding me of all those, tweets showing like a scene from The Matrix, right? Like this cost,
Mhm.
$10 million for The Matrix to make, and it costs like a percentage of that here. And it's like,
Yeah.
okay, but it stole what The Matrix already did and just redid this scene, here that like looks shitty because like there's no background, there's nothing. It's just, Agent Smith and Neo fighting. And then so that's what I think of when, AI film, comes to mind. It isn't, this man coming up with the story, doing the frame by frame shoots, and then just using AI to help him animate what he wouldn't have been able to do himself. Um, so it kind of seems a little bit more like we saw with OpenClaw, right? Where you have like
Mhm.
builders kind of coming together and building projects that they wouldn't have been able to do before because they didn't have the engineering support. But people don't understand that, right? They don't understand the difference between, what is AI slop versus what is, a project that's being enhanced by AI. And I think that's definitely something that, needs to be spoken about from people that do you use AI and are advocating for it.
Yeah, well, we have. I mean, I'm just thinking. We have this happening in the past. Remember the Bob Dylan film, right? And his
Mm,
history of going from, say,
that's right, the
folk
music.
music to
Oh,
electric.
yes,
I
you're
mean,
right.
this caused a lot of uproar. I went back into some history because I thought, what else is kind of like an AI movie? Cartoons,
Mhm,
animations. And I went back to when Snow White came out first. There was a huge drama that Disney had lost his mind.
mm,
That he was like, I think he was betting his mortgage, everything on this one
mhm,
film, and all the media and the critics said nobody's ever going to watch this.
mhm,
It became one of the most rewarding,
mhm,
famous productions ever produced. And the other side of it is that was released in 1937. Animation didn't make it into the Oscars until 2002.
mhm,
So it took a long time to be adopted into and accepted into the mainstream. And there's another instance from history, if you go back further, it's the Luddites, but they weren't anti technology at all. These were very skilled people using machines. What they were
Mhm.
anti was losing their livelihood and losing their
Mhm.
careers and losing their job.
Sound familiar?
Yeah, and the question is like, what debate are we having? Is it like about
Mhm.
the craft or about livelihoods?
Mhm.
And these people complaining online, was it general public or was it the people in the industry complaining online to slow
Mhm.
this down? And I think that's an interesting debate to have, but people are mixing the two debates together because I think the craft can exist independently. But yeah,
Yep.
it's going to have an impact on people's lives. And what does that mean is something that does need to be like teased out and understood.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's kind of just everything that we've been talking about here. As I'm kind of thinking about the through line, one of the takeaways for me is this whole idea of craft versus AI. We've seen it before in terms of like, Coca-Cola doing their AI commercial and then like
Oh,
Apple
yeah.
doing their, latest version with the cut glass,
Did you
right?
see the
And the colors
McDonald's
and
one for
lighting.
Christmas?
Yeah, right. Yeah, which it
Yeah.
was quickly taken down, right? And I
It
think
was so creepy.
right, and then I think, like, that's the thing here where it's like, because people are seeing very bad examples of AI slop,
Mhm.
they're a little hesitant to give a bit of grace to, craftspeople that are coming up with, creative stories and using AI to help enhance that, right? Um, and I think that that's part of what's getting lost in the narrative.
I mean, I have a theory and I wrote a Substack on it that every
Mhm.
company now needs to hire a designated hater. And this
Yeah,
person needs to be
that's right.
independent and very well paid and cannot get fired
Uh-huh.
by the owners of the company. And this person's job, all they have to do is do not release that crap.
Yeah.
That is a piece of crap. Do not release it. And
Yeah, no, I
because
agree.
because as these tools become more accessible, people will get overconfident, think they're amazing, start releasing stuff. You're going to have the executive who goes home in the evening saying, "I'm now a creative director, and I'm going
Yeah.
to release the ad company at home." So like this is going to be interesting. So every company needs like instead of they're going to need a cybersecurity person and a designated taste hater.
Yeah, no, I agree.